up, YouTube? Day six. Day six done. 6 days in, 1/5 of the way. On my pace, trying to get 200 films. Normally it's 100. This month with, not going anywhere socially really, trying to get 200. We'll see how we did. Today, watched an entire franchise of a film. All 5 installments. And we did have a check mark to get 3 installments in a franchise. But I figured I watched 3. 2 more need it. Let's watch it. So I started my watching with Final Destination 1. Really dug it. Originally when I saw it, early 2000s, I really liked it. The storyline was kind of something crazy, something you don't see all the time on, like the twists and everything. Just the whole concept was something original at the time, like because you're kind of still going through that scream slasher phase, and you had like the William Castle movie, so this kind of was thrown in there in a different time, and it had a cool twist and everything. I like it. It still kind of holds up. There's nothing crazy with the effects. They do a lot of CGI effects, but it does hold up with the storyline and everything, the characters in it and everything. Everybody kind of aged, like the movie aged well, basically. So I go 6 out of 10 with the original installment. Saw part 2 in the movie theaters when I originally came out. And still to this day, part 2 is my favorite in the franchise. I just think they ramp it up enough where the kills are cooler, and just the whole storyline, the continuation of it is a lot better and everything. And I do like how everything ties back to the first one. And it shows that like Death's plan is kind of bigger than just this little scenario. That it wasn't just they kind of saved Death's plan. It was just that this is a continuation. This is how it spreads. I go 6.5 out of 10 probably. A little too much in the CGI kills, especially like the slingshot. I'm not slingshot. The barbed wire kill through the guy. The glass coming down on the kid. You got a little CGI in it. That's probably its biggest gripe, but I do like it better. After that, you have part 3, which has a very good opening with the roller coaster and everything. I really did like that. I think that was part 3. I might be confusing them, but it kind of goes into like a different, goes into a different way of just the way everything's done. It's probably a 5 out of 10. It's like right in the middle. I probably like it the least. Nah, actually probably part 4 I like the least. I don't know, they're kind of like neck and neck. It doesn't really have anything more memorable to add to the mythos. It kind of like just stuff. It kind of like feels like they took the original and they kind of wanted to sidestep from it. So it's not like it's part of the franchise, but it just feels like it's kind of like its own standalone film, just almost like it was a remake type film. And then part 4, I believe it was called just The Final Destination. And it really does kind of feel like they just tried to side shift the whole thing and make their own movie and just have the same kind of curse happening. And that's kind of where you lose it, because you're just redoing stuff and it's like not coming back. And you'll like in the 5th film they did that. That's what I liked about the 5th film. But part 4, literally watching, I've seen it before. I've seen it in the movie theaters watching it. The only scene I remembered was the kid in the guy in the pool. That's the only scene I remembered. And I mean, it's a cool kill and all, but just nothing else was memorable about it. I'd probably go 4.5 out of 10 on it. Part 5, like I said, I liked. And it's weird because, again, I saw it in the movie theaters, and I really didn't remember much. I remember the twist at the ending. And that's what saves the film. Like, that bumps it up for me. And it's just that the mythos went back to how this is all connected. And that's what's cool about it. I still probably only go like 5.5 out of 10. It's still like down from the first 2 films, but it's better than the 3 and 4, I think. So that's it. 5 in. If I rank them, I'd go 2, 1, 5, 3, 4. Pretty good franchise. I mean, it's one of those franchises where, in my opinion, this happens in horror a lot, where a sequel is better than the original. I mean, like, outside of Halloween and arguably Friday 13th, arguably Nightmare on Elm Street, a lot of horror franchises, sequels are better than the original. Just because I think it's that they're able to make it. They make the film and then they want to expand on the mythos. And they also, like, people see that the film did good. So now they want to give more money, more, you get better actors and stuff to kind of come in and you can make a better film. That's why I think a lot of times in horror, especially the sequels are better. After that, I watched a film from last year. And I confuse this film all the time with The Hunt when it was first coming out. That is Ready or Not. And I really like this. This was cool. Everything about it was just like the whole storyline was something original, something cool. Definitely worth a check out. I go 6.5 out of 10. Sarah Weaving's becoming this like mainstream horror actress that just like kind of brings respect to the genre, like a good actress who comes in, does all these horror roles and just does really good at them. And another movie where um, it's crazy. Like a lot of the kills are crazy because they're kind of like sudden. You know, some of them come like, and it just happens, and it's just like, wow. And you know, it's they don't care that. I mean, they go through everything. Like the ending, the whole like twist of the ending is really well done. Definitely worth a check out though. After that was movie of the day, and this was a film I never even heard of. It's on Shudder. Robert Altman directed it, which I mean, big 70s, 80s, you know, movie director. That was Images. This movie was a little hard to follow at times because it's even if you pay attention, which I am, it just they did such a good job of showing psychosis that it really like you're like what is happening like at times, just like characters being brought in. You know, you see this person died, but why are they back here? Why is she talking to this person and everything? And it does a really good job. I really liked it. Good first time view. I don't know if I'd watch it again. Maybe I should watch it again just so like I know what the twist is at the end. And I do think you could see the twist coming. That is one thing because it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's very well done, so it works. I go 6.5 out of 10 on that. Last film I watched after that was another Shudder original, was The Marshes from I think 2018, and they do a real good idea of selling this film, but the first 40 minutes of this film aren't needed. Like it does nothing. It introduces characters, and then you're basically watching a nature documentary of people taking samples of water and the marshlands and talking about animals, and it glacier moves the story along, and then it picks up at a certain point, and it's like it's two different movies. You know, the first part really brings the movie down, and the second part's actually decent. I don't think it's anything super amazing. It feels like every type of film like that, but it's just that beginning just kills it, and it's a 4 out of 10 for me. I mean, if that beginning didn't happen, if it was more streamlined and everything, I think it would be a lot better done movie. But all in all, good night of watching films. I mean, everything was relatively good. The Marshes was probably the worst film I watched out of everything, and it wasn't horrible. I mean, it kind of was, but it wasn't the worst film I've ever seen. Nothing I'd probably watch again, though. So, till then, catch you on the flip side.